Have you ever really thought about where your stuff goes when you're done with it? For decades, our whole economy has been built on this one-way street, straight to the landfill. Today, we're going to talk about a totally different way of thinking about that system. A huge shift from that straight line of waste to a circle of value. Okay, let's get into it.
So this is really the choice we're looking at. Over on the left, that's the old model we all know. Take resources, make something, and then, waste it. But on the right, that's where we're headed. A model built on 3 simple ideas: reduce, reuse, and regenerate. It's a completely different mindset.
All right, first, let's really dig into the system that's pretty much running the world right now. You can think of it as a one-way trip, and it always ends in the same place.
It's really just a simple 4-step journey. We start by extracting raw materials from the planet. Then we use a ton of energy to manufacture them into products, which we use, sometimes for a really, really short time. And then step 4, discard. We just throw them away. There's no plan for what happens next. The end of the line is always a dump. And this process, it has a massive hidden cost.
Yeah, that cost isn't just about wasted stuff. It's measured in the health of our planet. This straight line system we've built is a huge engine driving our global climate crisis.
Now, check this out, because this number is kind of staggering. A full 50%, half of all greenhouse gas emissions come from just that very first step, pulling materials out of the ground and processing them. So before a product is even built or shipped, just creating its raw parts has already done enormous damage to the climate.
And the damage doesn't stop with emissions. The UN International Resource Panel actually calls this a triple planetary crisis. So we're not just talking about warming the planet. We're also talking about losing entire species and filling our air, water, and soil with pollution. The way we make and use things is at the very heart of our biggest environmental problems. But what if we could design a whole new system? This is where the whole idea of a circular economy comes in. And it's not just about, doing a little less harm. It's about creating a system that actually heals and rebuilds by design. So here's the official definition. The key phrases to remember here are designs out waste, which means you stop waste from ever being created in the first place, and keeps products in use. The whole idea is to create a loop where materials are never just thrown away. Instead, they become resources for something new. It all really boils down to these 3 principles. First, you design waste and pollution out from the very start. Second, you figure out how to keep products and the materials they're made from in use for as long as humanly possible. And third, and this is the big one, the goal isn't just to stop doing bad things, but to actively help regenerate our natural world. And the potential impact here, well, it's huge. According to the Ellen MacArthur Foundation, if we apply these circular ideas in just a few key industries, we could cut global greenhouse gas emissions by almost 40% by 2050. That is an absolute game changer in the fight against climate change. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, right? But what does it actually look like when a real company tries to do it? Let's take a look at a case study of a company we'll call GreenCart that's trying to build this circular future right into its business model.
They're basically attacking the problem from all sides. When it comes to materials, they've almost completely gotten rid of brand new packaging, swapping it out for things like recycled materials and even innovative stuff like packaging made from mushrooms. Then on the logistics side, they're fine-tuning everything from delivery routes to offering customers a green delivery day to cut down on their carbon footprint.
But maybe their coolest idea is this program called Green Cycle. They took what's usually a huge headache for businesses, product returns, and turned it into a fantastic circular opportunity. Customers can send back used stuff, which then gets professionally refurbished and sold again at a discount. This keeps products in the loop and makes sustainable choices more affordable for everyone.
And here's the really smart part. They're bringing you, the customer, right into the process. By creating a sustainability score for their products, they're giving people clear info so they can make informed choices and, vote with their wallets for a healthier planet.
So how does the work of one company like this fit into the bigger global picture? Well, actions like these don't just happen in a bubble. They actually line up perfectly with the UN's Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs, which are kind of a shared roadmap for a better world. You can literally draw a straight line from what GreenCart is doing to these massive global goals. That Green Cycle program, it's a perfect example of Goal 12, which is all about responsible consumption. And by using better materials and smarter logistics, they're directly supporting Goal 13, climate action. It just goes to show how a responsible company can be a really powerful force for good in the world. But at the end of the day, this huge economic shift isn't just up to companies or governments. It also comes down to the thousands of little choices each and every one of us makes.
I love this phrase because it just gets right to the heart of this new way of thinking. Before we click buy now, can we repair what we have? Can we reuse something? Can we buy refurbished? Just extending the life of the things we already own is one of the most powerful environmental actions any of us can take.
So, I'll just leave you with this question to mull over. The next time you're about to buy something, just take a second to think about its entire life. Because every choice you make, to repair, to buy used, or to support a company that's trying to do things right, is a vote for a healthier planet. What if your choice is the one that helps close the loop?